Now, the whole relationship between love and compassion, his thing has been the compassion center, and adding love is something new. I didn't know he's doing that now. I was on his original board of directors. When he started, it was also promoting research into compassion. And I was on a board of directors that would meet with researchers talking about, their proposals and deciding whether or not to give awards to various researchers. But he doesn't do that now. I think he just does monthly lectures at Stanford, where he has, it's typically all in the education school. He invites people, and now it's really a discussion between Jim Doty and, some famous person.
I see. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But if you're interested in these things, I mean, you should, he's around, he's in the medical school. He's somebody that you should be talking to. I mean, no, it wasn't clear to me whether you are planning to write a book about all of this or what your interest is.
Well, it's I'm in the process of assembling my work of the last 50 years into a set of audios and also videos to talk about what I found brings healing and health and wellness and happiness and success to individuals and families and communities. And so our little conversation, I'll edit the best parts out of it, and I have an internet radio show, and so it'll begin there.
Great. Oh, that's great. Yeah, but he's somebody, he's a really good speaker. He's somebody that you should definitely have on your program.
I definitely will. I find him very inspiring, and I love his personal story, which is pretty amazing in and of itself.
No, it's got this, his story. He's got a book called Into the Magic Shop, and it's about his childhood, where he had a very deprived childhood. I don't know if his parents were divorced or certainly he was not well taken care of by his parents, and went from being a poor kind of vagabond to being a super rich neurosurgeon at Stanford Medical School. So
it's a
top of the line in medicine. Yeah,
very inspiring story from the beginning, actually. But
absolutely.
But I really like the distinction that you make and the addition that you make when, in a way, it's as if what you're calling heroism is an activated compassion in action, so to speak.
Right. That's a good way to put it. It's compassion in action, in social action. Now, again, Doty and a lot of other people are talking about in order to be compassionate toward others, you have to begin with self-compassion. So it's a whole big movement about self-centered compassion. That gets a little iffy because, it's not clear where that becomes self-centered rather than, caring about yourself sufficiently so that you don't become a martyr. But the same thing I'm saying, it's important to be a wise and reflective hero rather than an impulsive hero who takes action without understanding the consequences, because then you could die.
Yes. In your training, two questions. First of all, why do you call it heroic imagination? Why imagination?
Because heroism starts in the mind, thinking I could be one, thinking I could be a hero. Because again, we're going against the grain of the tradition of heroes being Agamemnon, Achilles, Martin Luther King, people who greater than life, Mother Teresa. So I'm saying we're changing your mentality, we're changing your mindset to say, I could be a hero. And in order to be a hero, I have to be trained to do so. It's not I happen to be in a certain place and there's an accident and I jump in and help. So the heroic imagination is beginning to think of yourself as a hero, and we say a hero in training, that you're not a hero until you do a heroic deed. You become a hero after you do a heroic deed, after you take the action that helps others in need or in distress or challenges a moral cause. But until you do that, you are a hero in training. And we call that an everyday hero, ordinary person who's willing and ready to take extraordinary action on behalf of others in need.
Uh-huh. And what sort of exercises do you give these people for the training itself?
Okay.
First is exercising your imagination to know that it's possible. But then what are the specific strengths that you want to create within people?
I mean, it's hard for me to say without. Each lesson is 3 hours long. Melissa Schaefer is our executive secretary. And what she can do is she can arrange for you either to sit in on a training or to send you some of our materials so that you see. So, for example, as I said, every training has embedded in it a series of provocative videos that you see the video, you see a person in need, you see people passing by and no one helps. And then the video stops and says, what was happening here? Why didn't people help? And then the trainer gets the participants to talk about, why don't people help? That's called the bystander effect. What is the bystander effect? And then we give you the background and research by Darlia Latney and Kitty Genovese in New York City. So it gives you all of that background, and then you say, now let's go back to that same situation you saw, which is a video that I made in London. What would happen now when somebody helps? Now you show, and realistically, somebody helps this woman in distress. Within a second person joins in. What's the message? A, be the one. B, be the second one. That soon as somebody takes an action, you break the social norm of doing nothing, and the new norm is do something, help. So heroes change the norm of passivity, the norm of do nothing, into a new norm of taking action to help somebody else.
I see.
And I'm saying this is all contained in each lesson.
I see. So in addition to my being the hero and helping a person in a given situation, I'm also beginning to affect other people.
Oh, for sure. No, I mean, the point is, we talk about a ripple effect. That is, when you do any positive deed that anybody else sees, you create a ripple effect and increase the likelihood that they will also help. We even say practice giving a compliment. That when you give somebody a compliment, they are more likely to pass it on and give someone else a compliment. Mm-hmm. So a lot of it is, it's really the social basis of heroism. Because heroes are sociocentric. Heroes are always trying to do something that makes someone else feel better. Now, we're not saying help somebody in distress. Sometimes helping somebody who is shy at a party, just sitting down and talking to them, giving a compliment to somebody who seems upset or sad or angry. So it's a broader definition. It's not simply helping somebody lying on the ground bleeding. It's always being ready to be sociocentric and suppress egocentrism.
Uh-huh. So it's being supportive and empowering to other people.
Yes, right, for sure. Yes, absolutely.
And again, it's the an activated compassion. It's really putting it into action. And
always,
it's
always, yeah.
If I
it's
have
never enough. Yeah.
Yes. If I have compassion, then that means that I care. And if I truly care, then it is unthinkable for me to not act in whatever ways I know to act.
Yeah, I mean, after a while it becomes automatic. You don't even think about it, you just do it.
Yeah.
Again, if you think about the Boy Scout oath, a lot of the Boy Scout oath is doing heroic deeds. I will be prepared to do my best, to do my duty. That heroism becomes a duty of every citizen in a society. Becomes a duty in your family to help your siblings, to help your parents, And so heroism creates a positive social network, which combats the evil of situations, like the evil in ghettos, the evil in prison.
Okay, well, it's been very useful so far. I really appreciate your spending this time with us, and I'd like to send you something so you can just kind of see a little bit of what my work has been. I think it's very parallel to yours, and I think it might be interesting.
Great.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Thanks.
So to learn a little more about Dr. Zimbardo's work, go to prisonexp.com. Now I'd like to share a little bit with you from my program, which is called Awakening the Leader Within. You can learn more about it at drmiller.com, drmiller.com. And at this point in the guided imagery, you would have been guided to your special place of peace and calm. So take a deep breath in, let it out. Allow your body to relax as fully as you can, and allow yourself to be at this place of peace.
And here, and now, allowing yourself to know that within you is a wise guide, a wise essence that knows how to breathe you, how to circulate oxygen and energy through your body, how to balance the functioning of every cell in your body, to sense the presence of this wisdom, and allow your wise guide to join you here in your special place. And notice how your guide appears to you today. Perhaps you see him or her as a certain wise person, someone you may have known, or even a saint or a holy person you have known or read about, a spirit guide, a power animal, or a loving essence that you may experience as separate from you, or as a part of your inner being. However you experience this wise guide, experience this presence now. Yes. Let yourself feel the respect you have for this source of wisdom, and for a moment, you might recall 1 or 2 times in the past when you have made wise choices. Times when you were able to overcome distractions and see the whole. When your choices reflected your deeper values. When you used your intelligence and intuition well and acted with courage and compassion. Or simply be aware that this wisdom has served you in the past, and allow yourself to feel gratitude to the source of this wisdom. Good. Now let yourself become aware of your special gifts, your talents and your skills, your intuition and energy, your ability to care, to love.
You've been listening to Dr. Emmett Miller's Healing Times Radio, Conversations with Extraordinary People on Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. For more information about Dr. Miller's work, his upcoming events, new programs, and how you can change your mind and change your life, visit his multimedia website at drmiller.com. That's drmiller.com. If you would like to take advantage of Dr. Miller's 20% discount on all of his MP3 guided imagery programs, visit shopdrmiller.com, locate your desired program, and use the promo code DREAM, all lowercase, when checking out. Conversations with Extraordinary People is produced in the drmiller.com studios. Special thanks to Jesse Churchill and Deborah Beauvais.